She still has the screenshots, every good morning text, every voice memo, every message where he told her she was the first person in years who made him feel understood. She keeps them in a folder on her phone she hasn't opened since November. Not because she's moved on, because she can't bring herself to delete the only proof that for 4 months she wasn't alone. Her name is Linda. She is 58 years old, and she lost $140,000 to a man she never met who may never have existed. What happened to Linda has a name. Most people have never heard it. The people who run it are counting on that. Linda was 58 years old when her divorce was finalized. 22 years of marriage, 2 adult children, a house in suburban Ohio she would have to sell, and a retirement account she had spent her entire nursing career building, just over $140,000. She was not looking for love. Then one afternoon in late spring, she received a message from a man named Daniel Chen. "I'm so sorry. I think I have the wrong Linda. A colleague gave me this contact for a project. Apologies for the interruption." She almost didn't respond. But something about the politeness of it, the way he apologized twice, made her write back. "No worries. Easy mistake." He replied, "Thank you for being so gracious about it." He messaged again 3 days later. "I hope this isn't strange, but I haven't been able to stop thinking about how kind you were. I've been having a rough week and that small moment stuck with me. I know how that sounds, I know, but it didn't feel like a line. It felt like someone who was tired." So they talked. Here is what you need to understand about how this scam works, because it is not what you think. Pig butchering. The term is as brutal as the method. You don't slaughter the pig the day you find it. You fatten it first. You feed it. You earn its trust. You make it comfortable. Only then do you collect. Daniel told Linda he was a structural engineer based in Singapore, originally from Hong Kong, widowed, 1 teenage son. They talked every single day. Not about money, not about crypto, not about investing, about her divorce, about how hard it is to rebuild at 58, about her late mother. He remembered everything she told him. 6 weeks in, he sent her a voice message on her birthday, just to wish her well. She played it 3 times. "I know I've never met him. I know that. But I feel like I know him better than I knew my ex-husband." This is the thing about pig butchering that makes it different from every other financial scam. It is not primarily a financial crime. It is an emotional one. The money is just how it ends. It was a Tuesday when Daniel first mentioned investing. And here is what is chilling about how he did it. He didn't pitch her. He didn't ask her for anything. He was almost reluctant about it. He mentioned almost offhandedly that a trading platform his cousin managed had been performing unusually well. He said he had put in a small amount, just to see, and it had returned 34% in 3 weeks. Linda asked what it was. He said he didn't want to talk about it because he didn't want her to think he was one of those people who pushed crypto on everyone they met. She pushed. He eventually shared the platform name and a screenshot of his returns. He told her she could look it up herself. He wasn't recommending it, just showing her what he had been watching. The website looked professional. Clean design, live trading charts, customer support chat, verified SSL certificate. She asked if she could try it. He hesitated, said he didn't want to be responsible if something went wrong, that he cared about her too much to be the reason she lost money. She put in $5,000. 2 weeks later, her balance showed $11,340. "I think I finally caught a break." Over the next 3 months, Linda moved money in stages. 1,000. 20,000 became 55,000. 55,000 became 90,000. Her account on the platform showed a balance of just over $210,000. She took out a $40,000 HELOC on the house she was supposed to be selling. She borrowed $12,000 from her daughter Sarah, telling her it was to cover moving costs. Sarah would find out the truth later, much later. Throughout this entire period, Daniel was there. Every morning, every night. He celebrated her returns with her. He told her he was proud of her. He never asked her to send money directly to him. Not once. That is important, because it is what kept her from seeing it. In October, Linda decided she wanted to withdraw $50,000. She submitted the withdrawal request on a Wednesday. On Thursday, she received an email from the platform's compliance team. Her account had been flagged for a routine regulatory review. To release her funds, she would need to pay a tax hold deposit of $18,500. She messaged Daniel immediately. He was sympathetic, frustrated on her behalf. He said this had happened to him once too, that he had paid it and gotten it back within a day. He offered to help her figure out how to cover it. She paid the $18,500. 72 hours passed. The funds were not released. There was now a compliance processing fee of $9,200. She called the platform's customer support number. It rang twice and disconnected. She messaged Daniel. He responded that evening, apologetic, confused. That was the last message she ever received from him. The next morning, nothing. The day after, nothing. By the end of the week, the platform website returned a 404 error. $210,000, gone. Her retirement, her HELOC, her daughter's $12,000, and Daniel, gone. Linda filed a report with the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center. An agent called her back within 2 weeks. They were kind, professional. They told her this type of fraud was one of the fastest-growing financial crimes in the country. The crypto transactions were traced to a wallet cluster in Southeast Asia. Recovery was unlikely. While Linda was trying to process what had happened, her daughter Sarah found an article online about pig butchering, about the scam compounds, about the people running them. Because here is what most victims never find out. The person on the other end in many documented cases is also a victim. Researchers and law enforcement have documented massive fraud compounds in Myanmar, Cambodia, and Laos. Walled facilities where people are trafficked, lured by fake job advertisements, and then forced to run romance scams under threat of violence. They are given scripts. They are given fake personas. They are monitored. The U.S. Institute of Peace estimated in 2024 that 300,000 people are working in these compounds, most of them against their will. So Linda lost $140,000 to a criminal operation. But the person who spent 4 months pretending to love her, who remembered her birthday, who asked about her mother, may have been a 24-year-old man from Vietnam who answered a job listing and never came home. There is no clean villain in this story. There is no justice. There is only the folder on her phone she hasn't opened since November. Pig butchering is now the largest and fastest-growing financial fraud category in the United States. In 2024 alone, pig butchering revenue grew nearly 40% year over year. The number of victims grew over 200%. The FBI received reports of over $5.8 billion in damages, the largest of any fraud type on record. These are the 4 warning signs every person watching this needs to know. 1. The wrong number or accidental contact. A stranger reaches out with a plausible mistake. They apologize graciously. They do not ask for anything. If a stranger contacts you by apparent accident and the conversation that follows feels unusually natural, pay attention. It is not coincidence. It is craft. 2. The investment mention is always casual and reluctant. Professional scammers never pitch directly. They let you ask. This creates the illusion of your own agency. Any investment opportunity that arrives through a romantic relationship and involves an unverifiable platform, stop. Search the platform name followed by scam, fraud, and regulatory action. Every time, no exceptions. 3. The tax hold or compliance fee. No legitimate investment platform requires an upfront payment to release your own funds. If you are ever asked to pay a fee to access money you have already deposited, that money is already gone. Stop sending more. 4. The disappearance is total and immediate. The moment the final payment is made, the platform vanishes, the contact disappears, and the entire constructed reality dissolves as if it never existed. Because for the people who built it, it never did. Linda is still in Ohio. She sold the house, paid off the HELOC with what remained. She is working again 2 shifts a week at a clinic, rebuilding what she can. She and Sarah are okay. It took a few months, but they are okay. She doesn't talk about Daniel much, but she told one interviewer something I haven't been able to stop thinking about. I don't hate him, whoever he was, because I don't know what his life was like. I just know mine changed. If you or someone you know has been targeted by a pig butchering scam, report it to the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center at ic3.gov. And if someone reaches out to you online, out of nowhere, and they are almost too perfect, patient, warm, never rushed, just know, the pig doesn't see the plan. That's the whole point. I'm your host. This has been Broke by Design.